Yo, what up?
What up?
How does How does Mark sound, everybody?
Check, check. 1, 2.
Yeah, how does Mark sound? Testes, testes, 1, 2, testes. This is the Squegee Life, and give the video here a like, and subscribe, and if you want to support the podcast, go to www.patreon.com/Squegee Life, where you can, what do you want to call it, Mark? You can donate. You can pledge.
You can make all this possible.
Yeah, you can make all of this possible.
In a brand new F-350.
A brand new car. Yeah. That's right, Bill. A brand new fucking car.
Yeah, or one of those new electric trucks they're coming out with from what is it called? Them I don't know. They're making an electric truck, and all over the Flow Me page, people are saying how they're going to get one and then put solar panels on their house so it's all free. And I'm like, well, the truck's $50K and so are the solar panels.
Right.
Ding dong. Go buy some gasoline.
Oh, ding dong and click clack.
Yeah. Good old Clint Eastwood. That's from Fort Torino, right?
Gran Torino, yeah.
Gran Torino, yeah. Good shit right there.
Yo, that fucking car is dope in that movie.
Yeah, those are cool little cars.
Yeah.
Not too common around anymore.
As you guys can see, we still haven't figured out why the voice won't work. I can't get Mark. It will not allow me to show Mark in the camera settings, so it's still fucked up. So, I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually when we're not going live. I had a bunch of shit to do tonight. I just bought a new business and just procured all the equipment, and I had to move everything in tonight, so it is what it is. If anyone out there's by their phone and can share the podcast around in the group tonight, the live feed, that'd be great. Me and Mark don't feel like it because we're too busy talking, but yeah. So now all of the all Squegee Life dealings, t-shirts, stickers, hats, everything is all under one roof now. I own all of it now. It's all me. So that's cool.
Buy shirts, stickers, hats. TJ's gonna have some really cool shit coming out. If you know of anyone that has a business that's interested in having their logo branded and having some cool artwork done, you know where to go.
Yeah. We can do your company shirts, and like Joe Blow's window cleaning. You can order your t-shirts from me, and my lovely wife Jennifer will handcraft them. I'll even throw in one rub of the titties on each shirt that she does. So like every one of the shirts that she does, she'll rub her breasts on. So that's an added bonus.
I'll take two.
That's an added bonus.
You'll probably send me, if I tell you I'll take one, I'll get one with a big skid mark on the back.
I'm definitely rubbing my balls on it, that's for sure. So, I got that. Yeah. We got that going for us. So I need 300 dozen t-shirts for starters. Cool, man. Mark has an echo. Okay. Mark has an echo. What do you mean by Mark has an echo? Help me out with Mark has an echo.
Yeah. Is that a joke, Chris, or am I really?
Yeah. Video, audio, monitor off, virtual cam on. Yeah, dude, I don't know what's happened. I pay fucking far too much money for this to fucking go down like this, but, it is what it is. There's not much I can do about it at this point. Apparently you have what do you want to call it? An echo. So I'm not sure why that is. I'm gonna try to fix it. I'm almost positive it's nothing that has to do with anything with you, Mark.
We don't want me touching anything on this computer, so you try to fix it abroad.
I'm trying. Yeah, dude, I don't fucking know what's happened to the podcast. I have no fucking idea what's going on.
I don't know,
Um,
man.
yeah, it's not been very cool lately. It's just for whatever reason, man. I can't fucking figure it out, dude. Not horrible. Yeah, see, I don't know why it's doing that, man. I don't know what the fuck has happened, but it is what it is. Um, Go ahead and see if say something, Mark. Can you guys hear Mark? I'm just waiting to see if anybody hears you, cause I just changed something. Apparently, we must be like in a huge lag, cause no one's Apple wants you to buy. I'm not fuck, dude. This computer's not even a year old. Um, you got to tell me if can you guys hear Mark talking now? Echo, echo. Yeah. Dude, I wish I could figure out what the. There was a huge fucking. You can't hear Mark, but you can't hear Mark now, right? Yeah.
Dave Cass says it sounds good.
Yeah, I don't fucking know, man. I don't know what the fuck has happened, but there's this huge fucking update with Apple, and now nothing fucking works. Nothing works. Everything fucking is fucked up now. So,
Yeah.
um, I don't know, man. I wish I could tell y'all what the fuck's going on, but I don't know, man.
Can they hear me now? Because everyone's saying now they can't hear me at all.
Ooh.
Ooh, there's some backfeed there. Maybe it's because of Alien Week. Mark's good on my end, says Kaz. Hey, Tammy. We're good. All right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I wish I could tell you guys why it's fucking working the way that it's working, but it's just not working. It's not working good anymore. Um we'll have to work on it. I'll have to do something and figure it out. Um I can't figure out why it's performing the way that it is. Like right now, I can't fucking right now I can't like normally like I was able to broadcast our cameras. Like I would be able to broadcast Mark's output and my output. And now it won't do that. Now I have to screen share again, which I don't know why it's doing that. The only thing that I fucking changed is I uninstalled one part of the software, which apparently shouldn't have anything to fucking do with this. But whatever, whatever's clever. Fucking bullshit, man. I swear to God. But
Yeah.
whatever. Whatever. I'm gonna put this back on, and we'll just do that. And nope, I'm not canceling Skype, so we'll just forget that. That's what happens when you throw money at it. Yeah. Well, video's out of sync with the audio. Yeah, that's because here I'll show you guys. I'll show you what the problem is. See, boom. Now I'll broadcast like this for a few minutes and let you guys see. What's going on? As you guys can see, when it's done like this is how the show is normally done and how it used to be done. There's no delay between my mouth and what I'm saying. But when I do the screen share, which is now the only way you can see Mark, I don't even know if you guys can hear Mark now. I don't think they can hear you now. Can you guys hear Mark or see Mark? I mean, I know you can't see Mark, but can you even hear him? Yeah. But the thing is, what we need to do is tomorrow evening, maybe Richie or somebody or Mark, if you're not busy, we can get on and figure this out. What's fucked up is that it worked fucking great, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what I did or what I updated. When I updated I had you on there for a second, and then it just went away. It just stopped fucking working. So, yeah. Yeah, so whatever fucking happened, I'm not sure exactly what fucking happened, but
Yeah.
I don't know what has gone on. I'm about to uninstall everything and reinstall it because it just doesn't make sense why it's doing that. I don't know if it's something on Mark's end, on my end. I don't think it's on Mark's end though.
I ain't touching nothing.
He touches
I'm not
his
good with
nuts
that
all the
stuff.
time. So, yeah, so, fuck your uncle.
Kevin Hargis, I see there's a little bit of
No,
dissension in the ranks over there, over at the Flow Me page.
What happened?
I don't know. I didn't really want to get into the drama of it, but one of the top guys left. He felt it wasn't working right. They didn't discuss the way they were going to run the page, and he gave someone else the power to run the page. And I don't know. It's like Richie. Richie wants to throw everybody out of Squegee Life podcast page yet.
Yeah. See, right now on my the system audio, I am getting there's 2 bars underneath your fucking name, and underneath the system audio, and that's why there is echo, because it is there's some kind of dynamic audio or some fucking shit is happening, and it's not cool in the gang. Oh, so someone I wonder, dude, I already know. I think I already know who I'm getting left. I'm not gonna say who, but I feel like I already know who fucking left. Yeah, guys are
changing of the guard, according to Kevin. Changing of the guard, changing of the flow.
Listen, some people, there's just some people you just can't reach, man.
Yeah.
There's just some people you just can't fucking reach, and there's unfortunately, when you're doing stuff like that. You can't, people are it's hard to fucking get, it's hard to get fucking everyone in line. You know what I mean? It's hard.
Well, then you always have those people that are just going to stir trouble, and I mean, it's like that in all the pages, on everything in Facebook. It's like that, I mean, and they're trying to run a real clean, tight group, and I can understand that. Makes a lot of sense. At the end of the day, it's probably better, but it's not going to last. You guys are just going to be frustrated when dicks show up and start doing things, I mean, but I will say it's lasted quite some time, because I do check the page from time to time and see that it's all, relatively positive, I should say,
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
So there's that.
There's that. Yeah. Maybe I need to remove Skype and reinstall it.
I don't, I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't feel like it's you, man. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's you, dude.
Well, what we'll do is, like you said, maybe we'll get Richie or Jason Lehman, someone who's been on before that definitely already has Skype, and you call them and see what happens with it,
That's really the only thing.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing to do.
Yeah.
We kept you guys around.
We don't stir no trouble, Kevin. I did make some off-color comments once or twice, but it's all good in the hood. It was no harm, no foul.
Yeah. We're not trying to be douchebags.
No. I just don't like to post too much anymore. Only very occasionally. Just I don't like to debate with people how they do it. That's fine. You have your way, I have mine. You've been around longer than me, you've been around less than me, you make more than me, you make less than me. Who cares?
Right.
At the end of the day, it's window cleaning,
Right. That's really all it is fucking window cleaning.
Yeah. It's all it is, dude. I remember when I started my company, and it, was not enough work for even me to support, my family,
Uh-huh.
I would get excited when the phone rang and someone would complain and say, "Hey, nobody showed up today," and I'm like, "That's because I was doing something else trying to make more money," And I'd be like, "At least they noticed I wasn't there." Guys think you're curing cancer out there. I hate to tell you this, but you're a good glorified janitor.
You're not online, Richie, so I can't add you. But yeah, dude, it's difficult running groups, man. It's and sometimes people sometimes people get a little fucking weird. You know what I mean? That's just all there is to it. People are just fucking weird, man.
Well, if you have a big group like that, I would assume it's pretty time consuming if you're going to sit there and monitor everything that's going on. It's not a full-time job, but I mean, I don't know about you, T, but I think I got better things to do with my time than play around with that all day.
Yeah, I just it's hard to like I remember back when I used to monitor and haul past the fucking outlaw window cleaner group, and guys would complain like there's not enough window cleaning related content in here. That's because we're out fucking cleaning windows, numbnuts. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not sitting around fucking dreaming up ways to entertain you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the fuck, dude.
I know. Well, you got different people on there. You got people on there that think every piece of information and tip is 100% for the taking. Mm-hmm. Then you got guys that are know-it-alls, and we've all been a little bit arrogant, of course, growing up and learning. I mean, right. And then you got the guys that just out there to start trouble with people and get under your skin. Mm-hmm. I don't really want a part of too much of that. I mean, I remember when when Facebook really started taking off, my wife goes, "I'm getting this Facebook page," and I'm like, "What's that?" So it was a combination. Both of us were on the same page, and mm-hmm. I didn't touch it for 6 months, and I go, nothing good comes out of this. I go, what are we doing here? It was cool to go on and see where old high school people ended up, that was all kind of neat. And then that thrill went away, and then it was mm-hmm. like, my wife started losing friends because some of the comments that I did, and she's like, "You need your own page. I'm setting up your own page." I'm like, "I'm never going to use it." And she's like, "Yeah, you will eventually." Yeah. So, and then I just kind of stumbled into the window cleaning. I was like, I wonder if there's anything about window cleaning here. And the first group I joined was Pro, because at the time, 6-7 years ago, whatever it was growing and big, and the first thing that would pop up, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And then I started to realize that there was a lot of negativity there. It wasn't as bad back then, as it is now. But, hey, I mean, it's brought a lot of us together, so there's that. That's a great benefit. But, I know a lot of the guys here, the local window cleaners, they just don't want nothing to do with any of it,
Mm-hmm. Oh, well. Fuck it.
I don't think there's going to be a T-shirt group. I think there's going to be a lot of kick-ass shirts coming out, because I know I'm interested. I buy shirts twice a year. I got scrolling.
What's that?
I said I'm going to be buying shirts from you. I usually buy shirts twice a year. Usually 4 or 5 dozen at a clip. I know. Here, the local window cleaners, they just don't want nothing to do with any of it.
There's Richie Blue on the camera. We get his audio feedback. That's great.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up?
I don't think there's going to be a T-shirt.
Hey, you got to turn your whatever's playing the podcast in the background. You got to change it.
Yeah, it's a delay.
We can hear ourselves in the pat.
Said I'm going to be buying shirts from you. We're getting a whole tour. Yeah. I usually buy shirts twice a year. Usually.
Oh, shit. You got to stop watching the show.
They just don't want nothing to do with any of it.
Are you done watching the show?
No, man. I was just turning off that other. I had both of them going at the same time.
That's what I mean. Now I can hear myself real good.
real good.
Hey, Richie, why don't you take us inside your library?
Yeah.
Where's that library?
Yeah, where's that library at, Richie? You fucking
Uh,
faker.
Hydra's in there. Hydra's in there now. She's
Okay.
busy.
Just checking out a book.
Yeah, she's checking out a book, man.
There is no going through, Henry. All the equipment is on my in my possession right now. It's a done deal. So there's that. So at the moment I own everything. So until the bank comes and repossesses it, because nobody buys shirts from me.
No, people are gonna buy.
My possession.
Here we go with fucking Richie's like, call me so I can add an added layer to the echo effect on the podcast.
Yeah, his new name is Backfeed Richie.
Yeah, backfeed. So what's going on with you, Richie?
I went out. I had kind of a light day today, and got home and started working on some. I had a bunch of projects going on, so I did that. Yeah. Now I'm here. I wasn't expecting to see you guys tonight.
Can you design me Into the Flow gay glitter shirts? Yes. Actually, I have glitter heat transfer film. If you guys really want like a unicorn with gay glitter shooting out of its ass, I can do that. Anything is possible now. Jennifer's gonna. This is all Jennifer's. This is Jennifer's business. It has nothing to do with me. I bought the business for Jennifer, so Jennifer would have something that she could do in her the time when I'm not at home and the kids are gone, and she wanted a job, and she's like, I want to go get a job, and then she's like, every job sucks, and then I was like, this deal with a 419 Designs popped up, and I was like, it was a perfect opportunity, and I took a hold of it. I just, and
let me ask you a question. Was 419 running out of a storefront, or were they running out of like?
They were running out of exactly what we were doing.
Okay, cool.
I do. I'm actually also looking into. My cousin is. My cousin.
Zip code?
What's that?
419. Is that a zip code?
No, it's an area. It's an area code.
Area code. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Zip code has six numbers there.
Yeah.
6 letters, Richie.
My cousin is getting ready to procure a screen printing operation. He was able to. There's someone that he knows that's looking to unload it. He's like, just come get this shit, and this shit is like brand fucking new, like brand new. Yeah. So I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to meld everything into one, and he's got an empty storefront. We're going to put everything in the store, and we're going to eventually, once we get enough capital built up, we're going to buy a 4-head embroidery machine, and we're going to start embroidering caps. We're going to start embroidering our own caps. You're going to be able to get silk screen t-shirts or heat transfer t-shirts. I prefer the heat transfer. I've got t-shirts that are 5 years old. Anybody that's got a Squegee Life shirt and has washed it a bunch knows what I'm talking about. Wash one of my shirts compared to wash a silk screen shirt, and you'll be able to tell the difference. The only drawback with a heat transfer shirt is that it's not breathable. And the design you'll start.
Logo,
if you will sweat around your logo. It'll start sweating there. But other than that, I mean, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Well, and also there's probably less setup. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like my guy that does the screens, it takes multiple screens to do multiple colors.
Yes.
This
is the same premise. You're weeding out and stacking the design. You're not like switching stations to add a different color.
Yeah.
You're stacking it all together and doing it in one motion. Where screen printing, you lay the one color down, move a station, boom.
Yeah.
Another color down, boom. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. And you got to make the screens.
Right, you got to flash
that
the
are
screens.
reusable. Yeah, you got to
the
flash
emulsion,
the
emulsion, and to flash the screens to get the shit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do it all. We're gonna do it all.
Yeah, I know my guy does. He's been in business since like '86, and he said the only drawback to it is now he's competing against, internet guys, and he's competing, and he's got a good sized storefront, but his electric,
Oh, you got the cats. You got your pussy shaved, huh? That's cool.
Richie, I hope you didn't trim that cat like that. I think it's
no, he definitely shaved his pussy.
Yeah. You got white fur, huh, Rich? You're older than I thought.
What happens is every time I make something now, a prototype of something, everything I have is black. And so whoever gets any of my prototypes gets white cat hair on it because she sleeps on all the shit.
Yeah, that's all good.
What the fuck is Alberto? Who is Alberto? What is he talking about? Into the Flow is going to be deleted maybe. Craig had a good intention, but all admins are gay and love Bernie. Fuck them. What are you talking about, dude? What's up? Man, there's a fucking guy I ain't heard a lot from in a while. Fucking Marcus Bay. What's up, Marcus? How you doing? Good night, buddy. Yeah, man, I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. I mean, Craig blocked me and deleted me from his friends list, so I don't know, man. Craig is a strange bird. I don't really understand Craig very much. I thought we were cool. Apparently we aren't. He just fucking, like, one day I went to tag him in this cool ass fucking post about this band that he likes, and I go to tag him and he's like, not my friend. I'm like, what the fuck? Nobody's home. No, I didn't see the problem. See, I'm not, 2 days ago, what was that? 2 days ago, Saturday? Yep. I'm assuming it was Saturday. Yeah. I was too busy fingering vaginas and drinking beer to be fucking around on Facebook, fucking Into the Flow page. You know what I'm saying? And by vaginas, I mean Jennifer's.
Dude, I will laugh if she comes in and wraps you across
She's never going to do that. She's never going to come in here and say a fucking word to me because I run this motherfucker.
When she says it's okay to. It's all good, man. I say the same thing. Yeah.
Hey. Don't be fucking... Listen, you guys were here. You know what's up. You know who's in charge.
You tell him, Richie.
Well, I mean, I have tried to kick several people out of the group, and I've been... I didn't know, like, it's not working. I mean, so I kept trying to kick Jason Lehman out. I tried to kick him out, like, 7 times. Yeah. And I kept getting overridden by some other authority.
Yeah.
Why can't I kick Jason Lehman out? Man, I just want to kick him out.
That's because Jason Lehman is like a rash. He just keeps coming back.
No amount of Blue Star ointment is making it go away, dude. Exactly. It's just gonna keep fucking coming. No matter what you do, it's just gonna keep coming back. It's like the fucking herpes. It's like the herpes, man. Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm not going to speak on that Into the Flow stuff because that's none of our business. You know what I mean? So, Alberto, if there's an issue going on there, that's none of the Squegee Life podcast's business. We have friends. We have friends over there.
They know the direction they want to go, and they can settle it from within.
Yep. Kevin Hargis is a really good friend of mine, and I'd love to have him on the podcast one of these days. You know what's weird is I'm like, hey, man, we need a guest tonight for the podcast. We had 45,000 fucking guys be like, hey, I want to come on the fucking podcast. I'm like, cool. When's the next one? Tonight? Oh, I can't come on tonight. Well, then shut the fuck up, Alias.
Yeah.
They were selling gay Tucker poles with colors, and that day one admin was going pro-gay window cleaning. Mario, Alf, Miguel were trying no gay groups only window cleaning. Chris Doolin were defending all gays, and they kick out the guys out of the group. Sorry, man. Listen, my cousin Shannon is gay, and her girlfriend Shannon are absolutely lovely, and I feel like what they do in in their behind closed doors at their own home is their fucking business. It's no business of mine. Actually, they're Republicans, which might fucking spin the top off of your immigrant fucking head. But you know, they, you know what I mean? They're like Trump supporters and they're gay. You know what I mean? Just because they're gay doesn't mean they're fucking stupid. So, if a dude wants to touch another dude's wiener, there's, you'd be surprised who you'd know that has gay family members in their family. You'd be surprised. You never know, who you're talking shit about, and you may have, they may have gay family members or, see, there you go, Alberto. Then you know exactly what I'm saying. As far as gay window, to me, this is my thing about. I seen that post about the gay window cleaner thing, and to me, I don't really see the need for anyone to get on there and in the pro window cleaning group to be like, "Hey, I am gay and I clean windows." Well, what the fuck does that matter?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with window cleaning.
Oh, is Shannon a liberal? Okay. You sure? I don't think so. Aunt Tammy, is your Shannon a liberal? Because I tell you what, her Shannon, Glenda don't seem like she's a liberal. Because some of the conversations I have with her are not liberal conversations whatsoever. So, I mean, I don't know. It's neither here nor there. I don't give a fuck. If you got something to say about gays, come to my house and I'll knock your fucking.
You know what the
out.
problem is? The problem is this. Okay, look, I'll only speak for myself. Mm-hmm. I have a gay sister. I love my sister. We don't get along very well all the time. Mm-hmm. So there's that. But when we were growing up, okay, and I've never been homophobic. I don't care. I have the same vision as you. If you want to go do that in the privacy of your own room and that makes you happy, so be it. It doesn't affect me at all.
Right.
Okay. But the term gay and stuff of that was always a joke. It was always, that guy's
don't
gay,
be fucking gay, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how we grew up, right? Well, now, it's all offensive. Everybody's a little bit more.
I don't know if it's so much offensive, and people are. I just think there's a certain demographic within the LGBTQ ABCDFG that are overly fucking sensitive about shit.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily think that has anything to do with them. Fucking Henry is such a fucking idiot.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Fucking asshole.
Hey, Henry, you forgot good with the pole.
Okay, yeah, you forgot that too. No, I think they're just oversensitive. That's all it is. I mean, and this is the generation that grew up with South Park and fucking Trailer Park Boy. I don't understand. Family Guy, South Park. This is the generation that grew up with that. How can you be so easily offended?
I don't
know what I'm saying? And I don't think. I don't think that's every gay person. That's another thing. You really can't put that's to be like, oh well, all gays feel that way. I don't necessarily believe that's the truth. You know what I mean? So, everyone's different. It is what it is. To me personally, I don't go into the fucking pro window cleaning group and be like, hey, I like to lick our own titties and I clean windows. You know what I mean? It just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do.
No, I've never done that.
What are you talking about?
I do. I say that on Facebook, but not in the window cleaning group.
You use that eggplant thing more than anyone I know.
Yeah, on my personal page.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't do that on the window cleaning group. I don't do that in there. It's on my personal page. That's for my friends to see. But I don't go on there and be like, I like to insert my male genitalia into female genitalia. Hey, I'm a straight window cleaner. I just don't see the need to advertise it. To me, personally, when someone does that, they're looking for drama. That's it in a nutshell. Carrie Gunther was like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you being so open with your sexual." No, you just want drama. That's all that. That's not being open or anything of the nature. Being progressive. That's just I want to start fucking drama and stir the pot. Because there's no need for it. Because it doesn't matter. Do you clean windows good? Do you charge a fair price? Are your customers happy? I like to lick dicks should not be involved in that conversation. It just shouldn't.
No, I agree.
It just shouldn't. It just shouldn't.
I agree.
I just feel like in this day and age, with the way the country is like at each other's throats, I don't see the need to add to it. Just personally, me personally, I just don't see why do you want to? My brother's gay behind doors, no glitter coming out of his butt in public. He just like white boy. He just like white guys. So, hey, Alberto, can you ask your brother which one of us is handsomer, me, Mark, or Richie? And then we should be good. But, yeah, I just don't. I mean, I personally, I don't see the need to do that. I mean, if somebody and if some dude was to do that, and if I was to have seen that post, I would have just scrolled past it because I would have known as soon as I read it that whole comment section is full of bullshit.
That's the point exactly, T. If you ignore it, like I did, it goes away. But when you address it, even if you're up there defending
not the gays go away. The fucking controversy, that goes away.
Yeah, exactly. It dies away. But once you address it, whether you're defending someone's point, defending someone
else's
sexual preference, all it does is explode the conversation. If you just leave it alone, it goes away. Right. And those people that did this seeking attention will stop.
That seems to me, it's either A, someone's trolling, or B, someone's looking for fucking attention. Point blank, period. You're in a group called Pro Window Cleaning that has absolutely zero to do with sexual orientation. You should keep it to the subject at hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jason's got a question for you.
Mm-hmm. Not Mark Donnell. Do we have a name on him?
What's his name again? No, man, I don't know who it was, Mark. I don't get how anybody can be offended. I don't. Anyway. I'm the same way. If you want, you can say whatever the fuck you want. If I choose to engage you, I will. If not, I'll just fucking ignore it. Whatever, bro. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand people's need to. I need you to look at me.
It's attention. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not like that. I mean, I don't want. I don't want pictures of my shit out there. I don't want pictures of myself out there. You get a few things here and there, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Rob Peloso. I have one headshot of him that he sent me.
Oh, right.
Guy is totally blind on Facebook.
Right.
He said Richie is hot, but he won't go wild in bed. He's more like perfume in a bed, roses all the way to the jacuzzi. He's a gentleman.
You fucking homo.
Look, you know what? Hey, I'm going to say something, and I'm not going to escalate this conversation, T, but maybe you can answer something for me. Not that you're educated in this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Again, the whole gay thing, I grew up with a gay sister. I have no issue with her. I love her. Mm-hmm. Again, we don't get along. But these people, like dudes that cut their dick off and then go to be with women, I don't understand that. I just don't understand. You're still with a woman, right? Richie, maybe you can explain. You live in San Francisco, right?
Yeah, we're only deviating.
San Diego, dude, not San Francisco.
Close. Yeah, it's close.
Fuck,
a couple piles of shit on the sidewalk.
We do have a lot of homeless here. They just fall asleep wherever they feel like it. Wherever they get tired, they just rack up.
If you're going to be homeless anywhere, why not California? It like barely rains. It's warm almost all year round. There's endless supplies of Diet Coke, apparently. And fucking Richie fucking pisses aspartame. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The sidewalk is your bathroom.
Yeah.
That's right, man.
Is there a lot of poop? Is there really a lot of poop like they show on the news, Richie?
Sometimes you run across a pile, Yeah. It depends on what time of day you're walking around. If it's like between, if you get out there early enough, like 4 a.m., 4 to 6 a.m. before the shop owners show up and start cleaning all the shit up, then you might step on one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mark Darnell, you really are gay. So don't try to act like you ain't.
Yeah, but like, I used to clean some T-shirt stores in Fort Lauderdale that was an alley between the two stores, and the homeless guys would sleep in there. And I have to say, nothing smells worse than human shit out of water. Nothing. Like dog shit, cow shit, horse shit. No shit is like human shit out of the water, man. That's got to be fucking wretched.
Got 15 people watching. Hit that like button. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And
It's got to be a problem.
Human piss smells bad too.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. There's an auto parts store up here by me called Congress Auto. They have like 10 locations, and I buy a lot of stuff there. I know all the guys up there, and every time I go in there, the windows are spotlessly clean, you know. And as a window cleaner, you know, wherever you go, you're looking at windows, you know. And I've never solicited them because the job's clean. And all of a sudden, one day, I said, "Hey, what happened to your window cleaner?" And he's like, "What?" And I go, "Your windows were always clean, as well as all the other locations, and now they're not looking so good." And he goes, "Oh, we fired the guy." And I go, "Well, why? Was it a cost-saving thing?" He goes, "No. He decided he was going to open the door of his truck and stand there and pee on the ground."
Jeez.
And yeah, and dude, pee on the ground in the hot Florida sun, it stinks for fucking days if we don't get rain. It's fucking nasty. So they fired him. And I go, "Well, I'll give you a price, but it doesn't include peeing on the ground. You know, I'll use your bathroom."
The account? Did you
Dude.
Yeah.
I've never been on a customer's property except for one time where I had to piss outside. Not one time. It's only happened one time where it was so bad. I was like, there's nothing else. Like, I gotta piss outside. There's nothing I can do. She wasn't home. I had to piss. I had to. My teeth were floating.
Yeah. I'll use a Gatorade bottle in the truck or whatever. You know, I will admit to that. I mean, just because I drink a lot of water, you know, I bring like 6-7 bottles of water with me every day, and by the time I get home, they're gone. You know, you got to stay hydrated. So
sometimes you just got to do it, man.
Yeah.
There's just no way around. I mean, when I was done cleaning the windows, I poured my bucket of water over where I pissed. You know what I mean? So hot, soapy ammonia water all over my piss. It smelled great.
Lemony
fresh.
Yeah.
So, does anyone go ahead, Mark?
So T, you're coming up, getting closer into now you're in fall, right? And seasons are going to start changing.
It's going to be like 93 degrees here tomorrow.
Oh, dude, we've had nice weather here.
It's going to be hot as balls tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, they got a heat advisory on tomorrow.
Really? No, we've had really good weather here. It's been in the 80s and with a nice breeze, not low humidity. So it's been nice. But so has this season been as good as previous? Are you picking up?
Yeah. A business is steadily growing. It's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
This year's just as good as last year's, maybe just a little bit better. You know what I mean? I'd say, I've
that's good.
I've actually added quite a few more what do you want to call it? Commercial accounts this year. As the previous years, I've been adding a lot of residential accounts, and I'm just gonna get away from it, man. I'm just
well, keep what you have, keep the cream of the crop, and then build up the commercial route work that pays you year round.
That's the plan.
I
just picked up over the last couple weeks. I picked up 4 monthly accounts, so that's really good.
Well, my target has always been large monthlies or quarterlies, but the monthlies are really the ones you want, in my opinion. And so we've been building them up, and those, for some reason, you seem to keep them longer than the storefront that's going to do it twice a month or even weekly. Those seem to come and go so much more, but the large monthlies we've been able to hang on to. And I used to love to get all my monthlies done the first week of the month, so that they're out of the way. And like I tell my guys, we need to get all the monthlies done the first week of the month. And Mike looks at me, he goes, "Dude, it's not going to happen anymore. We don't have 10 monthlies anymore. We've got like 20 good sized monthlies that take all day long." Right. And so just spread them out. Let's spread them out. We'll work some Saturdays, but there's no way that 5 of us are getting 20 monthlies done in 1 week and nothing else. You know, because then you have the weeklies and the twice a month all have to go too.
Right.
So it's not physically possible. What say you, Richie Blue?
Well, I mean, I was just thinking, like, I've had a, because, some areas, depending on the route or whatever, I get a bunch of bi-monthlies, is that what you call them? Or, you do them twice a month.
Bi-weeklies, yeah.
Yeah, bi-weeklies. And after a while, what starts to happen is just a business will close, one of your bi-weeklies in the area will close, and maybe somebody else you'll lose a couple. And then you got 2 bi-weeklies in this area, and everybody else is monthly.
Yeah.
And so I've actually had a few times just cut people back and say, hey, I can only come out here every 4 weeks now. I can't do that every 2 weeks. And they're really cool with it. They're a little disappointed, but they're cool with it. But it just makes as far as my stress level and my peace of mind, it's for the $100 or $200 I was picking up on the route, it just wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I hang on. Friday monthlies they're a lot easier to manage too, because if you miss a bi-weekly, a couple of days go by, hard to get that back in. Without you do it, and then 3 days later you're back to do it again. You know, but the monthlies, if you miss a few days or a couple of days or you're off or whatever, it's not such a big deal. They don't even notice. So you just come,
Well, I'll add. Well, 2 things. I'll let Richie answer Bill's question right after this. Alberto says, guys, did you see tomorrow? I'll reach it. It's 50% off, worth for many window weapon. No, and fuck, reach it right in the fucking ass.
Well, look, Alberto, think of it like this: if he's able to sell you that gear for 50% off, ship it to you, and still make money, what does that say about the regular price? End of story. Make sense?
Makes sense to you? Think about it for a second. He was selling window weapons for $350 fucking dollars. Now he's going to give you one for $175.
And still make money.
Yeah. But nothing from that guy is worth that's why he's selling it. That motherfucker is, we have fucking stuck our dicks so deep in his fucking ass, he can't make a fucking dime. That's why he's selling that shit for 50% off. Because we have fucked him so hard and exposed him for the shit bag that he is. His 50% off. I'm selling all my gear for 50% off, and he's still making money on it.
And there goes the Mentos, folks.
And he still ain't gonna sell a motherfucking thing. He ain't gonna sell shit. The only people that are gonna buy that shit are Jacob Dell, who's that fucking guy? Mario, that fucking guy that's got the kilt for a fucking profile picture that wears that Richard fucking whatever. You know, the one that's always fucking gurgling his fucking dick. He's gonna get 5 people. How many fucking polls can you buy, dude?
Yeah.
Honestly, nobody's seen my Tirade Tuesday video from last week yet. The general public will see it tomorrow. But I've got fucking a 900 water-fed poles. I will never have to buy another water-fed pole again. How many fucking water-fed poles do you need? You know what I mean? How many fucking times? I mean, why do you think that motherfucker sells those brushes like that? Because he knows you can't. You can't fucking make no money selling water-fed poles. You're only going to sell a guy 1, maybe 2 fucking poles in his window cleaning career. Unless he goes out and adds another truck or something. Am I right?
Or he puts them in the hands of employees. Nothing but employees. Yeah. They'll tear your shit up. Yeah. But my guys carry the gear with them all the time. They have everything they need to do any job that arises. Mm-hmm. Okay? And once every other week, I'll look in the back of the truck, inspect the poles, check this. What do you need? What do you need? Is this working? Do you need anything?
New micro gold right here.
Look at that. Nice. But if you take care of them, they're going to last. The average guy that's by himself or with a helper, he'll never buy more than one. He might rebuild it.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, I don't give a fuck. Listen, if you're listening to this podcast and you buy shit from Perry Tate for 50% off, go fucking kill yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Hey, seriously, was he really a pimp? We got Chinese women, white women. Women don't want that. He got chocolate women. Is that real talk? Yeah, dude, that was an actual fucking message that he fucking sent Tim Huber. What he was doing is he was mocking someone drunk, talking shit about women, and then like 2 messages later he started calling Luke's wife a fucking all kinds of wild shit. And yeah, fuck that guy, man. Fuck him right in his ass. You know? I would never let my son wear fucking makeup or fucking fake eyelashes. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. So, Bill Jordan would like to know what's the fucking hold up with Maker Products, motherfucker.
Yeah, Richie, fill us in.
Maker Products is like, how can I explain it? It's like remember those old Heinz ketchup commercials?
Yeah.
You know, and how they make the ketchup come out real slow, and the guy's sitting there impatient. But after he took a bite of his sandwich with the Heinz ketchup on it, he was like, "Shh, that was worth the fucking wait." Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how Maker Products is. Actually, we got a couple items that are going into production the end of this week. Hopefully, in like 4 to 6 weeks, we'll have some stuff on the shelves.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty
So,
cool, huh?
what 4 to 6 weeks ago when we told you that it would be 4 to 6 weeks, it's now another 4 to 6 weeks.
Well, you got to blame Casper for that. Yeah.
I'm not blaming Casper for shit. I'm blaming you.
No, I gotta blame everything on Casper now. I can't take shit for anything.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
All right.
Well, I think when this does come to fruition, we need to get Casper back on the podcast.
Casper needs to come on.
I just want fucking Casper to come on the podcast and give us the skinny on how fucked up it was to hang out with Perry Tate for 3 months.
Yeah.
Hey, Casper, why don't you quit being a vajayjay and tell us what's really happening over there?
I know he's got some atom bombs in the arsenal.
Yeah, he's got some atom bombs for sure. Because we talked privately at the huge convention, and some of the shit he showed me and told me about. I'm like, dude, why did you not tell me this when we had you on the podcast? He's like, well, I can't do that. You know, he's too professional for that. He could absolutely fucking ruin that dude's reputation if he wanted to, but he won't.
Understand this.
But he won't because he's a good dude.
Understand this, T. No, he is, but understand this. I'm a firm believer if Casper needs to be a warrior, he always wants something in his arsenal.
Yeah.
And as long as he's holding on to that, you know, it's safe.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like his last little fucking live stream that Perry did on Facebook where he's walking down the beach talking shit about like he's gonna fucking make a rubber fucking that's completely different than any other rubber. It's not gonna be a copy like Black Diamond's rubber is and all this fucking shit. I've really felt like that was a jab. You know what I mean? Like an unnecessary jab. You notice that Perry doesn't talk about the gunslinger anymore. Does anyone else notice that?
Yeah, I don't watch too many videos. I'm not,
I watch all of them. I record everything that he does just so I can mock him later. You know what I mean? You got to have shit to pick on Perry about. I mean, how am I going to superimpose his head onto a crippled guy in a wheelchair saying, fucking, watch out, back up, Perry? How the fuck am I going to, you got to have shit in your arsenal. But he doesn't, I mean, there for a while, it was every fucking video was about the gunslinger brush holder, the gunslinger fucking 2-tool, 3-tool, 9-tool, 7-tool. He's completely deaded all of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. The only one I miss is the kickstander. That needed more play.
I miss that one a lot. I missed that one a lot because he called it the Big Monsoon and then kept calling it the kickstander during his live videos. Yee! What were you going to say, Richie?
After a while, I mean, I think even he had to come to the truth about how he just kind of buried that name. I mean, that name has got a bad rep, gunslinger. It just does. So, of course, he doesn't want to use that name anymore. He's going to, call it something else.
Right.
So,
Richie, I have a question for you. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but Was there ever a discussion at some point in time when your name came off of that piece of equipment? Because I noticed all of a sudden your name wasn't stamped into it anymore. It just happened.
It just happened, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he knew I wasn't happy with it, so
Yeah.
And in fact, I think I said at some point to him when we were talking, I said, "Hey, I mean, my name's on that, and I can't stand behind it anymore."
So, hey, he's probably telling the people, "Hey, take his name off that piece of shit." He's not happy about that.
Hey.
After a while, I think shortly
Do you have
after that,
Go ahead.
I put my name on it. Yeah.
Can you do you think, are you okay with him putting the brush holder by Perry Tate on the back of the brush holder version?
Yeah, he can do
Are you
whatever
okay
he
with
wants.
that?
Brush holder by Perry Tate. Yeah, he definitely should think on that. There was a guy that did a video. What the hell's his name? Modman.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah. That's his new buddy.
Yeah, he did some videos on it. And, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that relationship after a while. Possibly that's going to go down the tubes at some point.
Well, this is a message for Modman. You can't mod shit that don't belong to you. And neither can Perry Tate. So you and Perry Tate can go fuck each other in the ass. I don't even know who the fuck that guy is. Anybody that's trying to help that dude make that fucking thing better is a piece of fucking shit to me. Period. Point blank. That like that Yono Uhu dude that was on here. Like, I got some ideas. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he could have done? You know what he could have done? He could have made the motherfucker the way Richie built it, and none of this would have fucking ever fucking happened. And pay the man. How about that? He could have done all of that, made it right, paid the man, and this would be a completely different discussion. Am I correct, or am I right, or am I right? I mean, that's it, man.
You would think, but I mean, like, what happens is Perry gets a hold of these guys that are not privy to what really is going on, and then he makes up stories. Mm-hmm. And plays the victim and does whatever he does and kind of schmoozes them and basically makes me look like the unreasonable guy or whatever.
Yeah. Which is like the fucking couldn't be further from the fucking truth.
Because they're all like wanting to get their own, they got their own ego to contend with. They want to get their own name out and try to get recognition. So they'll do it on anybody's back. They just don't care, Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, to me, I don't care personally.
Right.
So.
I mean, for you, I feel like it's at this point water under the bridge. You know what I mean? You're on somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're somewhere else. As far as that's all good, they're not axe proof. Yes, Henry, we have figured that out. Yeah, I just and I'm not trying to be an asshole. I mean, but I am being an asshole. Yeah, just anybody that's trying to help him perfect or work out the flaws on the gunslinger can go fuck themselves right in the fucking ass with their dad's dick. Seriously.
Yeah, well,
I mean
going
that.
on, what, a year and a half?
I don't give a fuck.
Half?
I don't fucking care. I don't care how fucking long it's been. It was fucking fine when Richie sent it to me before that cocksmoker got a hold of it. It was fine. There's nothing fucking wrong with it, dude. There was nothing wrong with it. And when I got the first one on the box, Richie fucking knows it. I fucking called him. I didn't call him. What was that shit we used to do before Voxer? WeChat. I WeChatted his ass. I'm like, yo, bro, this thing's a piece of shit. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, what do you mean, man? I was like, this fucking thing's, my leg's all fucking wet. I've been using it 10 fucking minutes. My pants are fucking wet. I got fucking water all over the fucking floor. This thing's a piece of fucking shit. And then Perry's like, you know what you should do is you should put something in the bottom of it to keep it from splashing. I got an idea. Let's put a $2.95 fucking sponge in the bottom of it that you can get for 50 fucking cents. He even sold you dumb motherfuckers a cheap sponge for 500 times its normal value.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him and his fucking rented fucking... he rented the left side of someone's second story fucking factory, and he wants to call this is our new factory. Bullshit. It's like the corner of someone else's chopstick factory. He's a fucking liar.
And you know what else?
What?
What else?
Fuck him. He fucking sucks too, dude. Listen, I'm not trying to stir the pot back up with that fucking guy, but seriously, that was Mark's idea, the sponge. Because that's what because Mark knew, because Mark also knew. I was like, because I texted Mark, I was like, yo, Mark, this thing's a piece of shit, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, well, that doesn't surprise me. Have you used one of his brushes lately? So, again, I'm not trying to stir it all back up, but fuck him and anybody that's trying to fucking help him. Fuck him. Fuck Lee Burbridge. Fuck the hoodoo voodoo fucking gadget guy, whatever the fuck his name is. Fuck all of you guys for trying to help that guy. That guy's a piece of shit. The thing that Richie sent us in the mail before it was called a gunslinger, he wants to say, no, that was the tip jar. No, fuckface. I have a prototype gunslinger. It's in every fucking one of my fucking videos. Watch it. No, that is a, what is that, Richie? That's a tip jar.
That's a tip jar.
That's the original tip jar.
That is not a gunslinger, am I correct?
Nope.
Nope.
Look at it.
Yep, that's not a gunslinger. That's a tip jar.
It's squared and shit. You know what I mean?
Yep. That is a tip jar. That's not a gunslinger.
It's actually, I still like this design, man. I think it's great.
Yep.
Just the way it is. Especially for 2-in-1 tools. It's perfect.
Yep. Steve-O loves that. He's got one, doesn't he?
Still uses this one.
Yep.
He still uses it all the time. Yeah.
Oh, the original, and it doesn't leak or anything?
That one's 3 years old.
Oh, and it doesn't leak or nothing? Well,
Looks
you
brand
don't
new.
say. Well,
I would like to. It wouldn't last long on the future of cleaning page, but put a survey out. How many gunslingers that are over a year old are still in service?
This dude, talk about fucking candy ass fucking snowflakes. This dude's making his own fucking platform to keep trolls out from fucking talking shit about his gear. Like, no negative comments. Hey man, I was using your Polar, bro. Get out of here. You're not allowed in here no more. My shit don't break. Fucking loser. He's been using the highest grade fucking DuPont bristles now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask him. Talks about it all of a sudden.
Yeah.
AC Locklear's the next big downfall. I don't have anything bad to say about AC Locklear except for fuck you for working with Barry Tate. So there's that. Your Phantom poles are fucking Reach It poles with stickers on them. Your Phantom brushes are fucking Reach It brushes with fucking Phantom logos on them. You're trying to pass that shit off like we're all a bunch of dummies. We're not. That shit's garbage. You could color it you can call it what you want, put any kind of sticker on it you want. It's still a turd. You can like fucking take a turd out of the toilet, stick a fucking American flag in it, put a couple
of bristles. Don't forget the bristles.
You could put a bristle mustache on it and fucking give it some squiggly eyes. It's still a fucking piece of shit. It's still a piece of shit. It doesn't matter. You can take a pig out of the pen, put some lipstick and rouge on it. It's still a fucking pig. Yeah. There's just no getting around it. There's no getting around. That guy is a piece of shit. Period. End of discussion.
Do they really clean windows in Spain? Is that like a thing in Spain? Window cleaning?
What's his name? Carl Robinson's from Spain.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was wondering. I'm like, he cleans windows all the time. I'm thinking, where do you clean windows in Spain? And everything out there made. Doesn't everybody live in like huts and shit?
Pueblo. Do you guys have windows in Spain?
Yeah, man. It's like back in the day, you know, like when they had castles and shit, they just had like big brick cutouts, and that was it.
Right.
You know, they throw a curtain up, and that's how they
good
kept
to go. Yeah.
Well, remember that guy that showed up on one of the pages, and he was Iraqi, and he worked at a Toyota dealer, and he was one of his jobs was to clean the windows. So he puts a video up of him washing windows, and I was like one of the first ones out of the box going, wait a minute, dude. You actually still have windows over there? Didn't we blow all them fucking windows out?
I like watching them dudes like fucking from like Saudi Arabia and shit. Them motherfuckers like are fucking doing rope work with like fucking log ropes and fucking like paper clips and shit as fucking carabiners and shit. Have you seen that shit?
Yeah.
Them dudes use
Yeah,
some
yeah,
sketchy ass shit, dude. I'm like, dude, what
Yeah.
in the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, this guy's got a fucking rope tied around his fucking leather belt and shit, jumping on the side of the building.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't live long like that.
No.
I was talking to Casper the other day, and he said they don't use dryers in Denmark. They
What?
clothesline. And
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking,
Okay.
like, okay, well, how do you clean your clothes? You take them down to the river and beat them on rocks. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
But no, it's kind of a thing over there in Denmark. They don't use dryers. I mean, they got them apparently, but they don't use them. I don't know
No
why.
shit.
Yeah,
That's weird.
random
Different.
piece of information there. I guess
Yeah.
it's a national kind of thing.
My grandmother fucking, for as long as, until she got to where she wasn't really good at getting around anymore, everything got hung on the line. If it was warm enough to dry clothes out on the line, that's what she did.
Dude,
So-
I don't care what anybody says. There's nothing like a good clean t-shirt that's been hung out to dry like that.
I'll tell
Oh
you
my
what's
God.
I'll tell you what's better than that. I'll tell you what's better than that. Bed sheets that have been dried on the line. There's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
better than a bed
I'll
sheet
bet.
dried on the line. Nothing.
But
Smells
in the-
so good.
when I was- and my mom used to hang her clothes on the dress. I remember standing at the fucking bus stop, waiting for the bus to come with fucking smoke and shit coming out of me.
Mm.
Like I'm all sitting there because the clothes aren't all the way dry, and you're like in the same shit's coming out of you, dude. That's messed up, man. I just thought that. Jeez, man. Well, I don't know. I guess it was okay. And we sucked it up, right? We didn't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough for me in high school and shit, man. My fucking grandparents I got two people that are raising me that were from the Depression. So like new shoes and clothes and shit was like, you know what I mean? I was always like 4 years behind on everything, you know what I mean? So it made me a tough kid though. I lived,
Yeah, it does, because you kids are fucking brutal, man.
Yeah.
You got them. Look at them cheap ass sneakers, shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's brutal, and you care
Yeah.
about that shit when you're younger
Right,
too.
right.
You
Yeah.
don't care what everybody thinks. I don't know, dude. I'm sure you've dealt with this, TJ, because I remember when my kids are growing up, Kate would take them to get sneakers and come home with a $130 pair of sneakers that I wouldn't wear them if you paid me for wearing them. Look like
Right.
clown shoes, all these
Right.
colors.
Right.
Like, crazy.
Well, I spend fucking $80 on Uriah shoes for school.
Yeah.
You
And
can't
it's gonna
find.
outgrow 'em in 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lot-
Uriah doesn't care though. I could go to fucking Dollar General, buy him a pair of shoes. He put them on. He wouldn't blink an eye.
It's good.
Only thing Uriah cares about is the coolest computer. Like
Yeah.
he don't give a fuck. He like, all his buddies in school wear like Nike and Under Armour shirts. He's got a fucking Minecraft shirt on and shit. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Uriah Kirsch is running his own race. You know what I mean? He's completely oblivious to the world around him. You know what I mean? He just like
Yeah.
his mommy, his daddy, his sissies, and his computer. Everything
Poor-
else, whatever.
Poor Bill Jordan. He had Trax tennis shoes in high school. I got to tell you, the Trax, that's straight out of Kmart, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bill. Hey, Bill, have you graduated up to the Jordans now?
Right? No, Bill Jordan does not have Jordans.
Yeah.
He strikes me. He strikes me as a very cheap individual. Yeah, he keeps all his money for other shit, like fucking Metallica, like Metallica cassettes and shit.
Yeah.
He keeps all his money to make sure his cassette player keeps working. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's that guy.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
changing out like vacuum tubes and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta let it warm up.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions for Mark or Richie or me? I don't know if Tirade Tuesday will be tomorrow night I'm gonna have people are gonna be expecting it, which is why I didn't want to do it in the first place. I was like, "Where's Tyree tonight?"
Well, I think if you're looking for a topic, that 50% off, if that is true, might be a pretty good one.
Well,
Even though we had a tirade Monday.
I just fucking roasted him right here.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, fuck. I got a good story to tell about my weekend and my Uncle Mike and how he almost got me in trouble this weekend.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Well, I guess I could tell the story now. My Uncle Mike is kind of sick. He's not kind of sick. He's really sick. He's on dialysis. So he's like half the size he used to be. And I don't know what happened to Mark. I think Mark froze and he's gone. But we went up Saturday to Michigan for a trick or treat. Took Uriah up to the campground, and they block off the campground so nobody can get in or get out, and all the kids can run the campground getting candy and shit. And at the end of the night, they have like a DJ at the community shelter, like the pavilion. They have a DJ, and everybody goes up there and dances and drinks and whatnot. And we all went up there, and my Uncle Mike, mind you, he wasn't always a small, frail gentleman. He was at one point like peel your eyeballs back bad motherfucker. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was the only gentlemen that were there at the time were me, my cousin Tyler, who is a legitimate assassin, and my Uncle Mike. And we're all sitting at the picnic table, and this big old fucking dude comes through peacocking with a leather cowboy hat on. His buddy, big fat fuck, he's got a leather cowboy hat on. And they were walking, and the girls were out on the dance floor with the kids dancing. All our wives, all our kids, the grandkids, everybody's out there dancing. And Uncle Mike is leaning up against the pole on the bench watching the kids. And this guy like walks in front of us and just stops. And he's like, "Hey, you fat motherfucker, get the fuck out of the way. I'm trying to watch my babies dance." You know what I'm saying? And the dude's like, "What?" He said, "I said get your chubby ass out of the fucking way." And then he kind of walked over and he goes, "Never mind. You obviously got the point." And the guy was like, "You better take it down a notch." And of course, as soon as he started acting in an aggressive manner, I kind of turned my body to where like I'm gonna have to, when I come up off this bench, it's going to be to annihilate this dude completely. I already had a plan. I was going to jaw him, get him in between the picnic tables, and me and Tyler were going to garbage stomp this motherfucker. Well, once me and Tyler fucking stood up and kind of like you were like, that shit ain't going down. And what I like to do to a person in that situation is I like to get really close to them. You know what I mean? I'm not, aggressively like put my hands on them, but walk up to them in their personal space where I'm like only a few inches away from them to let them know I'm not afraid of you at all. I want them to feel my energy when I walk up to them and I'm like, "Listen, man, that's not a good idea. He's been drinking. He's on dialysis. Let's just leave him alone." You know what I mean? He didn't mean nothing to buy it. It's no big deal. Whatever's whatever. He's like, "Well, you better watch his mouth," because this dude was clearly looking to fight, you know what I mean? And he just found some old, frail fucking guy that just happened to be like, "Yo, fat ass, get out of the way," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, he walks away for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and then he starts walking back over. And as soon as I seen him walking back over, I decided I'm going to get up, I'm going to take my windbreaker off, and I'm going to get ready to fuck this dude up. So he walks past me, and again, this dude pays no attention to me, again, for the second time. Pays no attention to me, walks around the other side so he can get closer to my Uncle Mike. And I was like, my thought was, Tyler's in front of him. I'm going to walk behind him, and as soon as he gets aggressive, I'm going to hit him right in the back of the fucking neck as hard as I fucking can. To drop him, you know what I mean? Because that way, if I drop him, then the other fat fucker, me and Tyler, could both garbage stomp. So he'll be out, or Aunt Jackie and Aunt Tammy will beat his ass while he's on the ground, and me and Tyler beat the other dude's ass. But he had no idea. And everybody's going to be like, "So you were going to hit that guy from behind?" Yes, I was going to hit that guy from behind. Really fucking hard. Like, if you start some shit with me, don't go to the bathroom. Because if you go to the bathroom and pull out your dick, I'm fucking you up while you got your dick in your hand. I don't give a fuck. There's no rules to fighting. I've had my ass whooped in plenty of weird scenarios where one or two guys beats me the fuck up. And I learned a lesson, and the lesson is there's no rules to fighting. So, yeah, Uncle Mike, and after it's all over with, I asked my Uncle Mike, and I love Uncle Mike dearly. I asked Uncle Mike, I was like, why are you writing fucking checks right now? I was like, you can't cash no checks. He goes, because I know my nephews would have beat the fucking shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean? He goes, I just figured I'd say it because I knew you guys weren't going to let nothing happen to me. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I mean? I mean, the whole time, mind you, I wouldn't have thought twice about it. If he would have fucking made an aggressive move, I would have fucking popped him. No question about it.
Is this more of a family event, or is it open to the people at the campground?
It was a family. The whole campground was there, and there's nothing but kids and women dancing on. This guy was just being a fucking asshole. He was just like trolling around the pavilion, just fucking Billy Badassing and shit. And it was just like, I knew as soon as I saw him, I was like, this guy's gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? I could already tell. Yeah. And I know how my Uncle Mike is. I know that he's the type of guy like, fuck this dude. He thinks he's tough. Yeah. He's not really tough. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Uncle Mike, he grabs me. He goes, I knew I was fine. He goes, as soon as he walked over, the way you positioned your body, he goes, you turned your body so you were facing him. You were square with him. So as soon as I knew you were going to hit him. I was like, well, yeah, I was going to fucking hit him. You can't. You're fucking wasted. You're like half the size you used to be. Of course I'm gonna fuck this dude up. You know what I mean? He's like, well, yeah, that's what I wanted. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I mean? He just talking shit because he knew he could get by with it. You know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, he still got some fire in the furnace.
Oh yeah. That man's fire burns fucking hot as fuck. Him, and my dad are, in which you've both have met my father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you know how my dad is. Just for the short amount of time you got to meet, there's no backstepping him either. They're the same guy. My Uncle Mike is not quite the size. He never was really the size of my father. He's like half that size. But my Uncle Michael, my dad's fucking wedding reception was at a bar, a hole in the wall bar. And my Uncle Mike and my two grandmas were there. They got in a big fight at the bar, and it all went down to the ground. And my dad was trying to hit this guy, and he wouldn't hold still. So my Uncle Mike stuck his fucking finger in this dude's fucking eyeball, up to the. No, this is not. I'm not exaggerating. I'm like no bullshit. He stuck his finger in his eyeball up to the second knuckle. Like his eyeball was kind of like poking out a little bit on the side. He's like, my dad's like, dude, what are you fucking doing? He's like, well, he stopped moving his fucking head, didn't he? Not hit that motherfucker.
Yeah.
So my dad was hitting this dude with my Uncle Mike's finger in his eyeball, dude. They're fucking crazy, man. They're crazy. My grandmas, both my grandmas were fighting.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the short time I did meet your dad and some of your family, there's a lot of people in this world that can instigate trouble, but it takes alcohol for them to do that. But I don't see that with someone like your dad. If some shit's gonna go down, he don't need no alcohol to fucking.
No. My cousin Mike and Brian that were there. I know my cousin Brian was the one that kept ranting and raving about your barbecue. He's the same way. It doesn't take any social lubrication whatsoever. If you are disrespectful or ill-mannered in any kind of way, or to his family, or his, you know what I mean, or his person, you're playing with fire. And that's just, we're Irish. We're all from Virginia. We got that, we just got that come up mentality. You know what I mean? You don't fuck with none of us. You fuck with one of us, you're fucking with all of us. That's just how. That's where I got the shark move. The shark move I got from my cousin Mike, because when you get in a fight with Brian, you're probably going to have to fight Mike too, and he's probably behind you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's no rules. We're fucking you up. You're getting fucked up. You know what I mean? That's what's happening. You're getting beat up. That's all there is to it. You know what I mean? Just like that fucking dude at the huge convention who's like, look at you. You walking like you're a fucking badass. I walked right over to him and was like this far away from that motherfucker. I was like, what? Him and that little short dude, Jorge, whatever the fuck his name is, Perry's old buddy.
Yeah, George.
I walked George. I walked straight up on both of them motherfuckers. Walked straight up to them, so close they could smell the alcohol on my breath. I was like, "What'd you say?" He's like, "Oh, I just saying you walk like you're a badass." I'm like, "I'm just fat. My arms don't go down all the way, motherfucker." And they both started laughing. I was like, "Are we good? Or is something going? We got a problem or something?" He's like, "Oh, no." I was like, "Oh, I didn't think so. I'll talk to you guys later." You know what I mean? That's you know, fuck you, man. Don't be disrespectful. You don't have to be disrespectful. I'm nice to people unless you're not nice to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not nice to me, you're going to get it. That's the way I am. Verbally, or if we're in person and I feel like you need to be slapped, I'll slap you. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to punch you because I can't get assault charges pressed on me for slapping the fuck out of you. Just open hand slap you. You know what I mean? I slap the fucking taste out your mouth. And if you ball your fist up, then I'm going to whoop your ass. Smack you right in your fucking ear as hard as I fucking can. Pee! Bye, Richie.
Funny shit. Richie Blue.
I gotta take a piss.
That's why short people carry weapons. Why is he asking about how do you clean windows? Was that was it long story too short?
No. Actually, it was an interesting story.
You guys asked for it.
I had this when I lived down south. I had this friend. She dated a buddy of mine. And we always just hung out. Never had anything to do with each other and anything other than we were buddies, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's, I say that because it's not real common, you know what I'm saying? At least not for me, you know? Yeah. So her name was Tammy, and she come to my house one time. We were just watching a movie, drank a few beers, and she's like, "Hey, can you take me up to Club Boca? My boyfriend's going to be there at 10 o'clock. And I'm going to, hanging with you, drinking. I don't want to drive." So I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'll take you up there. And I'm like, "Does he know you're coming?" "Yeah, he knows I'm coming." So when you walked in this bar, well, you had to pay a cover charge to walk in this fucking place. A collar, no baseball caps and no T-shirts. So I'm out, I've been dressing this way my whole life. So we walk up to the bouncers and they're checking IDs and everything, and it's like $10 cover charge. And I go, "Listen, I just have to drop her off with her boyfriend. I'll be out of here in 2 minutes. I'm not staying. I'm not drinking. I'm not hanging out. I just got to see her get to her boyfriend so I know she's safe. She's been drinking. And here's my driver's license. You just hold on to it, and I'll be back within a couple minutes. Give me my driver's license, and I can leave." He's like, "Cool beans, no problem." So when you walk in this bar, and it was fucking packed, you can go to the right and go to the left or up the stairs, right? They had that big set of open-ended stairs. And I didn't know what her boyfriend looked like, so I'm like, "You got to point him out to me. I'll deliver you to him, and I can go home." So we're looking around for like 5-10 minutes. Now I'm starting to get nervous because I'm thinking the bouncers are going to be like, "That asshole came in here. Maybe this isn't even him on the ID." I didn't want to be an asshole. I just wanted to do this little job and go home, right? So I go to her, "Hey, maybe he's upstairs." So she starts climbing the stairs. She's about 3 paces, 4 paces ahead of me. And 2 guys are coming down the stairs, and one of them has a plate with French fries on it, right? Like totally loaded full of French fries with ketchup all over it, and then a little cup with mustard or some shit next to it, right? So he's coming down the stairs as I'm coming up, right? As soon as I see Tammy, she makes eye contact with her boyfriend. She's like, "There he is." And I see him smile. I know we're safe. I go to turn around, but when I turn around, we're on a staircase that maybe 3 people could go down at the same time. Well, I'm turning around and I bump into the guy. And it was an accident, right? And he goes, "Watch it, asshole." And I don't know why it pissed me off so much. Maybe because, like, you could call me asshole all day long.
Yeah, I do all the time.
You don't call him a fucking asshole. You don't call him an asshole, right? So I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "I said, watch it, asshole." And I pause for a second. I go, "You just called me an asshole?" He goes, "Yeah, I did." Dude, I fucking take my hand. Now, he was like a step or 2 above me.
Yeah.
I take my fucking hand and I smash the entire plate of French fries, mustard, and ketchup right on his shirt. Now, dude, this guy was dressed up nice to be in this fucking bar.
Right.
I was in a T-shirt and jeans, right? So I smashed the fucking Sure, he falls back onto the step. His buddy goes to reach for me. I run down the stairs, right? And like the crowd is parting, right? Because I got these two guys that are much bigger than me chasing me, and one of them is full of fucking French fries.
Yeah.
Half the people on the steps got smashed with French fries, right? I go running out, and the bouncer sees me coming at him, right? Dude, he holds the driver's license out like this. I run by, snag it out of his hand, and they stop those guys from I swear to God, I wish that was in a movie. I wish somebody filmed that. I laughed the whole fucking way home.
That's great. That's great. Hey, man, I tell you, dude, I'm not, it's been a long time since I've had to be physical with anybody, and I can tell you Saturday, I was dreading that. Yeah. As much as I knew if I had to, because, again, my uncle is not in any condition. I mean, yes, he did tell the dude to get the fuck out of the way and not a nice manner, but the guy was kind of being really fucking rude and disrespectful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why are you standing in front of us like
trouble.
that? He was looking for
That's
trouble.
What he was.
And my Uncle Mike was fishing. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But as much as I knew, I was like, I'm gonna have to fucking lay this dude the fuck out. I'm gonna have to be as nasty as I gotta be to get this done quickly. In the back of my mind, the only thing I could think of is like, man, I'm gonna be so fucking sore on Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I do not want to fucking do this. You know what I mean? I do not want to fucking do this. There was a time in my life where I thrived for that. I couldn't wait for that moment. You know what I mean? I could not wait to be like, watch what I can do with these hands. You know what I mean? These hands are rated E for everybody. I will I couldn't wait to punch somebody in the fucking face. You know what I mean? Just give me a reason. Be a dick to the drunk guy in the bar so I can punch you in the fucking mouth. You know what I mean? That's the way I am. You know, my dad's the same way. If there's somebody being fucking picked on or fucked with, my dad will be the first one to jump in that guy's defense. Not because he's trying to, I feel bad for that. He just wants to punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
He that's all. He just wants to punch you in the fucking mouth. And and for the most part, I was kind of the same way. You know what I mean? But at this at this stage in my life, the only in the back of my mind, I was like, man, this is gonna fucking suck, dude. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get punched. God damn it. You know what I mean?
No, and it does suck when you're older and you can't hit as hard as you used to.
Right.
Obviously.
I think I'm about 5 or 10 years away from having to be like, fuck, I can't hit as hard as I used to. I think I could probably hit harder now than I ever could.
I know I can't hit. Like, I can't throw a ball like I used to. Dude, I used to be able to throw a football 40 yards like
you're a window cleaner. You're a window cleaner. Window cleaners can't throw footballs or baseballs anymore.
My shoulders, my arms, they're all. When I'll tell you another one.
You guys are wrong, man. I mean, look at George Foreman. The older he gets, the harder he hits.
Alberto,
he can stand still long enough.
Hey, Alberto, I was in Taekwondo for 3.5 years, and I took Aikido for 4 years. So martial arts did nothing but teach me how to fuck people up worse.
make them regret it even more.
Yeah. I've never used any of that shit in a fight, though. Never. I've never used a single. I've never tried to kick nobody. Now my cousin Tyler will kick you in your fucking head like you're getting jabbed in the face. Like he's that. Like I don't think the dude likes to throw his hands. I think he just really likes kicking people in the head. Like literally. Yeah. I don't think you got a chance to meet Tyler. I don't know if Tyler was there or not. I don't think Tyler was at. I don't think you guys got to meet Tyler.
I don't think I met him.
Tyler is he's a really good kid, man. He had some struggles the past 3 or 4 years, but he's really turned it around. He's got himself an awesome fucking job, and he's doing really, really well for himself. But they were bad masters, and no, they were really good. The one guy, I'm not going to mention his name on the podcast, but one guy is actually nationally recognized, and he's from my area, so that's not it. It's not him. It's me. Sometimes maybe I'm just a bad apple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they thought that sending me to martial arts would calm my temper down. It didn't. I still had the temper. I was just more. I had clear thoughts instead of a blind rage. I was clear headed and fucking wanting to beat your ass. Yeah, so whatever, man. I'm not trying to hear
I think
that
the
shit.
last time I got physical was Scott was maybe 2 years old, so that goes back, 16, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a little Ford Ranger, my work truck. I pull into a gas station. He's sitting in the passenger seat in the car seat. And especially when like, you'll know what I'm saying, how you have to react if you have kids around,
Right.
And I pulled into a gas station that I probably shouldn't have. It was not in a great area. But I just wanted to put a couple bucks of fuel in my truck to get home. And so I'm putting gas in my truck. I put like $10 gas on my credit card. I sit down in the seat, close the door, the windows down, put my seatbelt on, and all of a sudden, dude, this fucking crackhead fucking pops up in my window, and he's like, "Hey, man, you got any change?" And I'm like, "No, I don't have any change." And he starts reaching in my truck, and he's pointing to the cup holder. He's like, "I see change right there." I go, "Listen, man, you need to get out of my truck. I don't have nothing to give you, right?" So I seen his eyes open up, like they get that fucking dazed look. And so I take my seatbelt off and I go to open the door, but he's standing right there. I can't open the fucking door, right? Well, just then, my boy starts to cry. He's 2 years old. Something's not right here. He doesn't know what was going on, but something's not right. And the guy was kind of crouched down, and he was trying to reach in for the change. So I I instantly fucking shot my left hand out, hooked him behind the neck, and smashed his face, the bridge of his nose above the door, like where the window goes up, and fucking shattered his fucking nose on my truck. He rolled back, and I seen the whites of his eyes. He rolled back up against between my truck and the pump. I damn near ran his feet over to get out of there, right? So Scott's sitting there screaming. I'm looking in the mirror, paranoid the whole time. Fucking cop. Wasn't moving. I know his fucking nose and his forehead was smashed.
Right. Martial arts teach you how to avoid fights, like Timmy. Listen, they might teach you how to avoid fights, but there's situations where you're not getting out of a fucking fight. I don't care what you say. All that kung fu fucking yada da fucking zen fucking snatch the pebble from my hand bullshit. I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. Seriously, if like seriously, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit for real. I'm not.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man.
And
my son,
that fucking calm fucking kung fu master shit, I ain't trying to hear that either. Because I tell you what, right now, my cousin Brian is a fucking Looney Tune motherfucker. And I tell you what, right now, he's far from calm. That's the last motherfucker you want to see in an alley. I'm telling you that right now. There's just some people, the heart just don't pump Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? There's some dudes' hearts that just don't pump Kool-Aid. I'm just letting you know.
I think you'll probably agree with this. Now, my younger one, he's been in karate for 3 years now, and he's really good. And when he went in, he was a little tiny kid, and now, he's going through the growth spurt. He's bigger, taller than me now.
I noticed. Yeah, I seen that.
He's fucking huge all of a sudden, and I can't grab him with one hand and hold him down on the bed and fuck with him anymore. He's gotten really strong, and I keep the other day we were actually talking about dinner. He's like, I'm bored with it. All the kids are smaller than me. And I go, listen, this is what you do. You're very good at it. I watch you. And I want you to go as far as you can with this. I said, and there might be I go, but my goal's already been met. And he's like, what do you mean? I go, I can guarantee you can defend yourself against anybody your size. I have no issue with that. So, but I want you to go further with it because you're so good at it. And he goes to private school. There's only like 10 kids in the class, and it's a good social event for him. So, but I'll tell you what, the best thing for someone to learn is, I had an employee working for me. I've talked about him before. He actually fought amateur MMA, and he was a wrestler. As soon as he moved to Florida, he went to Wellington High School and became a volunteer wrestling coach. He was almost in the Olympic wrestling team. I mean, and the reason I say that is because I watched him, dude. He could throw somebody to the ground faster than if they approached him with any kind of move. He had them on their back within fucking 10 seconds, and if he wanted to strike them, and he was a little guy. He's the guy, remember I told the story, that jumped that guy that was running from the cops. That guy, he could throw you to the ground faster than you could blink. Right. And do whatever he wanted to you.
I could tell you, I could tell you right now personally, just from what I know and what I've done in my life, I've used more wrestling technique in a fight than I ever had anything that I ever learned in martial arts ever.
Yeah.
And watch the best fighters in the world in the octagon. Khabib will hold you down on the ground and beat the fuck out of you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're not getting away. You're not karate chopping him. None of that shit. You're not fucking Steven Seagal in his arm backwards. He's going to hold you down on the ground and beat you with your own fucking arm. That's what's going to happen.
You'll know who I'm talking about, T, because I don't really follow too much MMA, but I used to watch every fight that Matt Hughes would fight because I knew at some point he would get them to the ground and it was fucking over. He would fucking boom.
Yeah, as soon as you got on the ground, like my fucking Uncle Mike was fucking talking. Who was he? He was. There's my cousin Tyler's kids were there, and they're like 12 and 10 years old. They go to private school. The nicest boys you will ever meet in your life. We walk away. My Uncle Mike's standing there with the two boys. We come back, and Uncle Mike's teaching them the whole post up on their forehead and then slip off. When you slip off their elbow, it's going to bust them wide open. Nobody's going to fuck with you after you do that. And it's like, dude, what the fuck, man?
It is true, though. I used to love to watch.
Wait a minute. Henry. I'm not trying. Listen, Henry. Listen. I don't want to.
Dude.
Huh?
He just made that up.
Henry just made that up. like the oldest fucking like wrestling is old as fuck, bro. Like that was like in the original Olympics, my bro.
Yeah. Listen, Henry, we're not talking WWE here, buddy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'll give you like karate and maybe some shit like that, maybe over in Japan, but wrestling was something derived all by itself in another place, man. Yeah. And to be quite honest with you, if you're arrogant enough to think that okay, bro. All right. Anyways, I'll remember you. Just remember you said that. That no, it didn't. If you're arrogant enough to think that wrestling is not a martial art, then you haven't been held on the ground and had the fuck beat out of you by a wrestler before. Because I can tell you right now, there's some dudes out there that are black belts in wrestling that will pick you up over their head and drop you on your fucking nugget, and no karate kick or kung fu fucking hottie-da-do shit is ever going to say, it's not going to save you.
Dude, I mean,
it's not going to save you. I told this
on the podcast, but I'm going to tell it because I love this fucking story. Mm-hmm. And if anyone pays attention to the podcast, they'll know it's the truth because I'm going to tell you the story exactly the same way it happened. Mm-hmm. You'll remember this when I get into it. I had a Polish kid working for me named Conrad, right? Mm-hmm. He was a good kid, but he had that European arrogance that nobody liked, especially, and it was me, Jason, and Conrad. Now, Jason was, the wrestler. Mm-hmm. And I brought Conrad around because we needed the help, and he was a decent window cleaner, good, clean cut kid, but so Jason would always talk about wrestling because that's what he was so into wrestling. He loved to teach kids how to wrestle, and I would go watch him coach, and he was so into it. And he would be like, hey, move your arm, twist your shoulders to the right and then reach around. And he could tell kids how to get into a position to fucking make somebody submit really easy. So Jason talked about wrestling all the time. Conrad talked about how Polish people are, the baddest ass people that live. So one day Conrad was feeling froggy, and he says, this American wrestling is a bunch of bullshit. And Jason's like, what'd you say? And he says, I said that American wrestling is a bunch of bullshit. And Jason goes, oh, well, whatever. And Conrad kept after him. So eventually Jason comes up to me. We were cleaning an estate home. Nobody was home. The owner is out of town. And Conrad says, or Jason says to me, can I just fucking hip toss him into the bushes already and shut his fucking mouth? And I'm like, you know what? Just don't hurt him too bad. I don't give a fuck. Just fucking finish it. So Conrad walks up to Jason. They lock up collar and elbow like this. And Jason's like, okay. All of a sudden, dude, Conrad's upside down in the fucking bushes. I mean, like that, right? And Conrad gets up and he's pulling the stickers out of himself. He's like, I was not ready. This is bullshit. I'm not ready. So then Jason goes, okay, I'm going to hip toss you into the bushes this time. He goes, I'll tell you what, let's go again. And so they lock up again, and Jason's like, "Okay, are you ready?" Conrad's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Are you sure you're ready?" He goes, "How about if I count down?" And he goes, "I'm ready." All of a sudden, by the time Jason says ready, there goes Conrad. He never said another word again. Right, it was the funniest shit. Yeah.
How wrestling started. Wrestling is one of the oldest forms of combat, referenced in the Iliad, and depicted in 15,000-year-old cave drawings in France. Early Egyptian and Babylonian reliefs show more moves still used today. Always popular in ancient Greece, wrestling held a prominent place in the Olympic Games, the original Olympic Games. Yeah. 15,000 years old. It didn't say anything in there about kung fu, chopsticks, or fucking axes in there at all. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything in here about nunchucks. So there's that. It's wrestling is one of the oldest forms of combat, sir. So I had a wrestling coach in middle school that was like you had to read about that shit. I just wanted to bring that up for you on Google it, but yeah, it's been around a long time. It's should be considered a martial art, to be quite honest with you. There's nothing like wrestling strength. There's nothing like wrestling conditioning. Again,
dude, if
one
you
of
go to
the greatest combat sport athlete on the fucking face of the fucking planet's named Khabib Nurmagomedov, and he is a wrestler, and he will fuck you every which way from Sunday. He will take Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bruce Lee, and shove them both in each other's asses, and then shove them both up fucking Steven Seagal's ass, and then fucking throw them down on the ground against the cage and beat the fuck out of all three of them at the same time. 26-0.
Yeah. Dude,
go watch Matt Hughes wrestle in his fucking prime. That dude and fight in his fucking time. Yeah. Dude, that motherfucker, he would fuck people up. He'd pick them up, drop them on their fucking nugget, all them fucking fucking kung fu dudes, and get the fucking shit beat out of them. Yeah. 'Cause that shit don't work in the bathroom, my dude. No. That shit don't work. As my dad always says, that motherfucker, I'm a black belt. Don't go to the bathroom because that shit don't work in the bathroom, player. You know what I mean? And when he go to the bathroom, he get fucked up in that stall.
Yeah.
Wrestling does not have place in the streets, like you said, TJ. If someone mess with, listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you what right now. Listen, dude. I've seen more dudes get picked up and dropped on their fucking heads in street fights than I've seen any. What, dude? Did any of you guys watch fucking fights on? Have you ever seen World Star Hip Hop? Dude, motherfuckers get picked up and dropped on their heads all the time, bro.
And they don't get up. It's done.
They don't get up, bro. That fucking hottie-da kung fu shit, you don't ever see that shit in street fights. No. Motherfuckers get picked up and dropped on their nugget. Miss me with your fucking, the brick don't hit back shit. I'm not trying to hear that fucking snatch a pebble from my hand shit. I'm not trying to hear it, bro.
Yeah, dude, you want to see something impressive, go to any high school and watch the wrestling guys.
Yeah, man.
They will fuck people up.
All of my Uncle Mike's sons, there, one of them's in wrestling right now. The other, they all wrestle. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm not hating on anything. If anything, I think anybody that wrestles needs to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because if you marry those two together, you're a fucking assassin. Not only you taking anybody down, but you're gonna choke the fucking life out of them too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah. Miss me with that shit. Kung Fu is overrated. Aikido is overrated as fuck. I'm sorry, Henry. I took the shit too, and I'm telling you, it's overrated as fuck. Steven Seagal he's a bad motherfucker, but that shit ain't working in the bathroom. You know what I mean? It's just not working in the bathroom, man. It's not working in the bathroom, bro.
What about that Krav Maga? That's like Israeli.
Yeah, that Israeli shit. That shit ain't no joke. Yeah, that should teach you how to fucking fuck people up with knives and shit.
Yeah,
but I mean, there's to me, there's if you got a kid and you're like, man, I want you to be a bad motherfucker. What you ought to do is put them in wrestling. Get them in wrestling as soon as possible. And once they get really proficient at wrestling, put them in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And when you do that, put them in a boxing class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and there's nothing wrong with teaching a kid how to, because the best kicks in the world you're gonna learn in fucking Taekwondo. You ain't going the best kickers in the world are Taekwondo guys. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest. I love the sport of fighting, boxing, wrestling, real wrestling, like catch wrestling, not that fucking off the top ropes in the big leg, not that shit.
Yeah.
Like MMA, I love all of that shit, man. I just love it, man. That's been like a passion of mine my whole life. And, dude, I'm just telling you, man, fucking, I've been beat up by some wrestlers.
They come out like fucking gladiators, just ready to fucking
No,
go,
it's not even so much that, man. Like, you don't even see it coming. Like, you're
Yeah.
squared off with a dude, and he's got you double-legged and back on your back in a second, and
Yeah.
on top of you, you can't get up. You're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so it's rough, man. It's rough, bro. But this has been a pretty live podcast. You guys are awesome. Steve Seagal teaches Aikido. That's sport martial art. I don't even, like, Henry's trying to drop like he's Kung Fu master on me or some shit. I don't fucking know. But we really appreciate all you guys so fucking much, Henry included. I just like to fuck with Henry. He's my favorite person to fuck with. If you guys want to be like Henry and support our podcast, go to www.patreon.com/Squegee Life. There's different tiers from $1 to $20. Pick one. We really appreciate that. Go to the squeegeelife.com. They're going to be Whitaker or Stylebender. A Stylebender all the way. I don't even know if fucking Whitaker will even make it to the fight, Jason, to be honest with you, bro. That fucking guy's always here. Whitaker is a bad motherfucker. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to go Stylebender. I'm going to go Stylebender because I just feel like he's I think he's just on a roll, man, and he's not going to have any ring rust whatsoever. But it's going to be a tough fight. But go to Patreon, sign up, $1 to $2, $1 to $20, whatever you want to give. We really appreciate that. It helps us do this show. We're far too technologically advanced for our own good. As you can see, our voice and the picture don't match up. And this looks like an old kung fu movie that Henry's using to watch.
Godzilla movie.
Ben Moreno is selling. Yeah, what Ben Moreno did was got on social media and used the N-word explicitly like 1,000 times.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with Stylebender just because of Whitaker. He's not defended himself in a while. I think I honestly that Yoel Romero fight, the last one, Jason, I felt like could have gone either way. That either guy, Romero or Whitaker, either one could have won that fight. To be quite honest with you, and I just feel like Stylebender is going to be really hard to take down, and he is a fucking vicious striker. His MMA wrestling, Stylebender's MMA wrestling is fucking gangster. But we really appreciate all you guys. We will be back. Hopefully, either I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this Sunday because I got some shit going on this coming Sunday. It might have to be another Monday night, unless we do something later this week. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or if we get a guest on, we might just do an impromptu. So if anybody's watching that was like, hey, I want to come on the show, and you actually want to come on the show, and sometime this week, maybe me and Mark will do an extra one this week just because we have a guest on. But we really appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. And this right here is a special edition of the Bigfoot Moment with Richie Blue, and it's all about the moon, my favorite subject. So we will.
I'm there.
We will see you next week, and thanks a lot. Thank you, Richie, for coming on. Don't forget, man, in 4 to 6 weeks, we will announce that in 4 to 6 weeks, Maker Products will be out on the shelves. So we love you, Richie, and thanks for this Bigfoot moment. We will see you guys real soon. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
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 Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
welcome to the special edition episode of the Bigfoot Moment with Richie Blue, where we will be covering the extraterrestrial. Did I say that right? Let me check that. Hold on a second.
Extraterrestrial
phenomenon, particularly the moon, because there's been a lot said about the moon. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking the moon, big deal. It's not like Bigfoot, where we don't have any clear pictures or footage or anything. I mean, the moon, we got pictures. It's up in the night sky. We see it all the time. We've been there, supposedly collected samples, brought them back. But there's still a lot of talk about the moon and what it really is and the satellite. Incidentally, I think if I was there naming the moon at the time they came up with that name, hey, let's call this the moon, I would have argued for something else besides moon. I mean, moon is cool, I suppose. We're used to it, but it's not what I would have done. I would have put my foot down and called it something way cooler.
A fair chance. This is City Alpha 5.
So there's that. But anyway, I'm going to show some clips about the moon, talk about the Apollo 12 mission in particular, where they launched those rovers or whatever you call them. I guess it was damaged or something, so they threw it back down on the moon, and apparently, it made a bell sound, and then later on they threw something else down at the moon. I guess they got millions to throw around at the moon. I mean, I think that Apollo 12 mission in '69 cost $375 million or something like that, which in today's time would be closer to $100 million, something like that. Anyway, I think they could come up with stuff cheaper to throw at the moon to test their pet theories of if the moon is going to ring or not. But that's just my take. Anyway, let's watch some of these clips and see what happens.
Does the uniform depth of the craters on the moon suggest some sort of metallic barrier underneath moon rock and dust? But if so, why wouldn't mainstream scientists acknowledge this? Ancient astronaut theorists suggest that by doing so, they might also have to acknowledge that the moon may be hollow.
Yankee Clipper, Houston.
November 20th, 1969. During their ascent back to the command module, Commander Charles Conrad Jr. and lunar module pilot Alan Bean released the Apollo 12 launch vehicle and crash it back to the moon.
Why does it have to be part of the spacecraft? Why can't we throw something else at the moon? Have these guys ever heard of recycling?
Apollo 12, Houston, the LM is on its way down. Roger.
At almost 3,800 miles per hour, the used vehicle slams into the moon's surface, creating a 30-foot wide crater and a moonquake.
A seismic record. It was ringing like a bell. It just wouldn't stop.
What was amazing about this is that suddenly the moon began to ring like a bell, and did so for nearly an hour. Dr. Wernher von Braun, who was then the head of NASA, decided that for Apollo 13, they were going to intentionally crash a heavier portion of the rocket into the lunar surface.
Dr. Wernher von Braun, I hope they fired that guy, man. I mean, seriously, so let's throw something even more expensive at the moon. Hey, what the hell?
And when they did this, the moon rang like a gong this time. For over 3 hours into a depth of over 20 miles.
This was not expected, and it still puzzles a lot of scientists today. The inference is that the moon must be hollow.
So if the moon were hollow, what would that mean? Well, obviously it's not a naturally occurring phenomenon, so it's got to be artificial. Somebody put it there, someone built it.
Really? Where did you come up with that? I mean, how do you know? Somebody must have put it there. It's got to be hollow based on what are you talking about? I think this guy kind of gets on my nerves, man.
He tasks me. He tasks me, and I shall have him. I'll chase him round the moons of Nibia and round the Antares maelstrom and round perdition's flames before I give him up.
First men in the moon. Well, I mean, if it is hollow and somebody put it there, whoever somebody is, I'm guessing it probably looks something like this here. I mean, if I had a guess. I mean, what the hell? That's kind of cool, right? So what I ended up doing here was I combed through the internet and I called together some of the best commentation I could find from experts on the moon, the subject of the moon, and I just put them all together in a short little clip here, and I'll play it for you guys, and then then you decide what you think.
Lunar fucking images from the moon, and God, they look horrible. It's like, man, they're all fucking gray, man. And I think I gave all this to my 13-year-old son to put it in the fucking. So I gotta put it in the Photoshop crap and add color to it. So he got the. So now he's colored everything, all the pictures of the moon. He's just gone fucking nuts. He's got color and everything. So here it is, folks. If you don't like it, then go fuck yourself.
The astronauts are told to keep this quiet. They're not allowed to talk about it.
I'm not sure why there are thousands of tortoises on the moon. In Hawaii we have tortoise because the pictures are there and there's hundreds of them, so anybody could do what I did, use Photoshop on the pictures and enlarge them and see what there is.
So I went ahead and looked it up, and I was really surprised at all these penises that were on the moon. I mean, there they are, just standing straight up right out of the lunar surface, and I just couldn't tear myself away. They were just amazing. Amazing. Cats are bouncing all over the place, just like cats. Giant cats. And they have giant cat boxes on the moon. And they jump like a mile high from one cat box to the other. And then in wintertime, they migrate to areas where they can go inside the hollow moon, where they stay there for 3 months and preen themselves and lick themselves all over.
I don't think there's any possibility that NASA not aware of all the turtles on the moon. It's, all about the visual. We can visualize. The mind has the evidence. It's all about the mind anyway.
We put nuclear weapons out in space as a line of defense, and we was ready to blow them up if they started in.
NASA has been there, and they don't want you to know about it. A cover story that's simply not the case. And you kind of sit there and wonder why that is. The whole purpose to the cover-up is I really don't think people realize how deep the lie goes, how big it is, how unbelievable the cover-up is. This truly is the greatest story ever denied. It is the most amazing secret never told. It is the most monumental cover-up in human history. The things you got to keep in mind as well when you're looking at NASA imagery is that although the sky may appear black in those frames, in many instances, when you enhance that image, you discover that there's actually an incredible amount of image detail that's just buried in the darkness of that image. But when you amplify that scene and you begin to see what's hidden there in the sky, you can begin to make out shapes. There's a few images that show structuring. And this is all done in an effort to both hide the truth, but as well to leave a bit of the truth there for you.
Is there hard bodies there? And is there even a place where two people can get together on a Saturday night?
Were the Egyptian pharaohs and clergymen of their time aware of subterranean places that had celestial functions?
Is such a thing even possible? Yes, it is.
Castleback camels were the ones that were used by NASA for moving crap for running around the moon. Those assholes came in to buy fish, and neither one of the people had a good visa.
I think they are still there. They were there in the 70s when the mushrooms were all at their best.
My bartender Hoskins wanted to drive me over there, and there were horses all over the place. It seems like, at least in some areas of the moon, that the cats may still be there. And so I lied to my best friends. So out of all the girls, the black girl was fat.
So that was my expose on the moon. Final thought, I was thinking that the moon is, I think it's like 14.5 million square miles, the surface, which is roughly the size of the continent of Asia or whatever. And from what I understand, the moon gets hit with meteorites, and I think it's like 6,000 pounds of meteorites per day, which translates into like 2 million pounds of meteorite annually, and then you times that times a decade, and then times millennium after millennia, and meteorites are a lot of the meteorites have iron and nickel in them and different kind of metals like that. Maybe that is part of the reason why it has like a metallic sound when it barrels down through the dust of on the surface of the moon. Could be, I don't know. I'm not an astrophysicist or an astronomer or anything like that, but I'm just thinking these are some basic thoughts that I had after listening to all the stuff about the moon possibly being hollow. Maybe it is, I don't know. But you guys weigh in, tell me what you think, and thanks for watching and supporting the Squegee Life podcast, and I'll see you guys next time.